My first involvement into the city of Covina was with the League of Women Voters. I represented them at the Covina Coordinating Council. A representative from the Covina Women's Club would come there, and she persuaded me to join their club. They were doing a recycling program at the time, which interested me very much, so I was very happy to join them. The Coordinating Council was very active in those early days. Each organization would send a representative, and even the churches were well represented. Neil Goodhart, Covina city manager, would have his employees join the local clubs. And when a message for the community, when he had a message for the community, he would bring it before the Coordinating Council, which sounds like a wonderful idea. Of course, I joined the Friends of the Library. Lucy Wheeler and Rinda Pollard were always bringing things of historic interest to the library, and of course Dorothy Reading, the librarian, realizing she lived in space, she persuaded the Friends of the Library to sponsor the formation of the Historical Society. At that first meeting, I was asked to be on the board, and then I was asked to be secretary. I was secretary for the first 7 years. Listening to those old-timers turned me into a history buff. Much was done in those early years. Bill Temple and his committee did a marvelous job of restoring the old firehouse for our museum. After C.W. Tucker died, Cap Parker was given his negatives, and he gave them to our Historical Society with a stipulation that they take good care of the early glass negatives. Carl Ponzi took charge of the large box of negatives we had, and what he did was he took a course in photography at adult ed so that he could develop pictures. And then Carl got together with Art Powell, and they put together 2 booklets, one for the museum and one for the Powell's camera shop, so anybody could get copies of prints from that booklet, and they still can to this day. When our museum opened in 1979, we would work with the city to help have tours for school children. Later, when Barbara Hall reproduced the pictures for the Vintage Years and had our Vintage Years docents, they were able to help us with our tours. Much needs to be done, and Rosemary Lipman works very hard to help prepare our records for proper storing. And of course, we always need more volunteers.